It be time for DJ Sterf.
Alright, we're gonna go to chapter 3 really quick. Hopefully you find this walkthrough.
Cool.
Yeah. Alright, so for real, we're gonna play chapter 3. We're starting with the start of chapter 3 here. And we're gonna see a conversation between Gregory and Cassie. Or Gregory and Cassie. You can decide. Alright. We'll have to go through the tooltips at some point. I'll remember to click through. Alright, let's go.
Cassie, where are you?
Gregory, I made it to Catwalks. You said I could get to the raceway from here?
Hold on. The schematics say there's a way to redirect the gondolas to the maintenance room. Deactivate the security node, then use the track controller.
Gregory, you there? Of course not. So, security node and tracking controller. Whatever that is.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can get out of that. I was just showing you a way to do that. So you can jump over the generator and over the barricade, but you can get back. It's just a little bit tricky on the jump. Yes, okay, sure. All right, Mexus Rabbit, aka Entity. All right. It would be funny if it were just the letters NTT, like entity. This used to be a fall through, so this metal little side or whatever, but you don't want to fall through this hollow part. You can walk on the metal. So I requested that. That was cool. They fixed that right away. And I was like, oh, it's pretty... I don't know why you would really need that, but maybe some speedrun can use that. I don't know. We can see Cassie say that the floor is slippery. The floor is all slippery. Come on.
The floor is all slippery.
There we go. Takes you a while to realize that, huh? Education system failing us again. But this is one of my favorite areas of the game. There are a lot of spots where if you're not really paying attention, you can fall through the world. It's got some platforming elements that are unique. It's a slight hazard. It's not really that crazy, but for example, if you're admiring the nostrils of this gator and you're up against the railing here and then you just keep going like this and pushing forward, you would fall off right here. Funny thing was, I've done that before. Like testing collision and stuff. But yeah, this part right here doesn't have a barrier. So little things like that, you know? Small platforming nuances that are in the game. So it's not really that hard. You're not talking crazy platforming, but we're, yeah, it's got some cool elements. This is actually a jump that you can make, so I'm going to jump here. I would not recommend a jump on the way back, though. I would not recommend that. You're going to want to check the cameras eventually. Let me just show you which ones these are. They're going to show you which node to go to next. So the child node that you need to deactivate, and then the blaster. And then it's going to drop a platform on this right here so you can walk across. And then you're going to go across here, basically. So, and then eventually you'll go back to the parent node, that big old bunny head.
You need to get back on the gear gondola and go to the maintenance room.
So it's a long playthrough when Gregory complains about how long I'm taking. Or Gregory takes, yeah, alright, you get the point. So here you're gonna deactivate, I believe, the chair node next. No, it's a trash can node. Trash can node. Alright, you can go back this way and jump through this AR railing, but you're gonna want to go to the blaster. You got 3 targets, so 1, 2, and 3. And it does auto-save after the nodes, so yeah, pretty cool. But I'm not gonna jump back over there. I'm gonna go around. If y'all want to try that jump, feel free at your own peril. Alright, so we dumped this platform down and now we are going this way. Oh, look at Monty! You used to be able to jump over this. Can you still? You actually might be able to. Let's see. One more. Yep. No, it threw me back. Hey! Okay, that's a lot better. That's actually a lot better. It threw me way back on that. It doesn't want me to do that for sure. Alright. So we're going to go around through this portal. We're going to end up over there. Then we're going to go deactivate the Monty plush node.
Ugh! Get a puke!
There's nothing really back here.
How did I get over here?
With your own 2 feet, silly. If you're tired, why not take a break? You can see the Monty Monty's Gator Golf sign like facing forward here, so that's kind of cool. You can see it backwards from the other side. I don't know what the point would be for that. Yes, we know. Yes, we know. All right, so you can go over here, but let's deactivate the node first. Why did I go on that side of? What am I doing? It's the wrong side of the railing. All right. You also don't want to go halfway over there and then take your mask off. That's bad news bears right there. All right, so you're gonna look at whatever you want here. This is basically just showing you what's next, giving you hints as to what's next. Okay. Next thing, we're gonna go here. This is a really cool spot. Remember that Monty? Big ol' hologram? Yeah. And there's a view from up top that I'll show you as well that looks really cool, where you can see it from up top. But you get to experience the performance right here.
What are you waiting for?
Sorry, I'm performing with stage with Monty, like big ol' hologram Monty too, not just regular Monty. Like, I gotta do my stage dive. It's not working. Why isn't the stage dive working? Literally unplayable. No, this is one of the coolest areas of the game. Look at that. It's so cool. Yeah, that is so cool. Alright, this one's named John. Sorry, John, had to deactivate you. Also, shout out to FNaF. Alright, here. We have another example of Freddy getting mangled, sort of in the jaws of one of the gator obstacles from the golf course. Here we got a Monty chair. We got all sorts of Monty merch. We got a ball pit. I don't even know. We got a Monty cutout. We got a putter that sort of goes through the wood. Monty's glasses. The Monty mask. All sorts of stuff. You can climb a little bit on this. You can scale a little bit of it. But anyway, Monty Pinata, Monty, the Gator Golf cutout of Monty, all that. So, pretty cool. So we've been backstage now. Wow, it's like that. It's just so cool looking. Anyway, back to sort of reality. We gotta get back here after a double appearance by Mexus Rabbit. Good grief, that's so mad. Alright, so we've been through here, we've deactivated that one, so we are good to go on this one. Alright. And here we go. We got a blaster to go. Alright, we're good to go, we're good to go. 4 targets.
The security system won't let you leave unless you deactivate the child notes first.
There we go. Yes, I know, Gregory. So why bunny hop? Because you can go further on the same stamina meter. There's a little bit of conservation of sprint by doing this. So it's more efficient if you have a long way to go. If you have a short way to run, you're just going to want to run. All right, here's the view I was talking about too. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? Bird's eye view. Or I guess if it were bird's eye view, I'd have to like turn my head, be like, yeah, that sideways look. All right, this is the one you're gonna want to look at. You can go in either normal mode or AR mode. Well, here's the secret camera. Open that second door, and it's gonna show you what to do next. This is just where you're gonna go, all that, yeah. See ya, buddy. Actually, I'm gonna go right back here. I need to get across here. We're gonna go through a little portal here, and then we won't have to worry about the rabbit anymore. Just a barricade back here. Nothing really special there. All right, note, entity.
What happened to it?
Horrible digital scream.
I took care of it. This area is safe now. Yeah, with my help!
Yeah, with my help. I have been
Thanks, supposed Gregory. I'm sure that just put a signal jammer on the security measure. And Cassie's like, oh cool, that sounds great. Oh man, all right, next places to go. We got all 4, but we have to go to this first. We're gonna go to the rabbit node, the parent node, and eventually we'll go to the track controller, and we're good to go. We make this jump. Yep. All right, this one's Charlotte. Shout out to North Carolina. But you could just leave your mask on right now. Fun fact, you can actually platform on this, but I wouldn't recommend going all the way up because you'd fall off the edge. All right, cool. Look at that. It looks so cool. I was thinking at some point here that we'd have some kind of badge system. Technically we do, but it's not in the same capacity. All right, fine. All right, we're gonna go. Here. It's like been 11 minutes. This is be the fastest chapter ever. I gotta throw in some bonus clips for y'all. Or maybe it'll just be a short walkthrough on this one. All right. I should probably just use mouse on this. All right. You can still jump during this cutscene. If you really want, and you're crafty with your movement, you can back away, keep going right, and fall off during that cutscene. There used to be spots over here where you could jump up and then jump over the railing and out of bounds, but those have been, at least for what I can tell, handled. There also used to be one part, like, it was 1 or 2 builds, but only a few, like a small point in time where this was just hollow, even though there was this board over it and all that. So during the cutscene, you would just start the cutscene and then walk left and then be like, like static. And you're like, what happened? But this wasn't always opaque or landable or whatever you want to call it. It didn't have collision. It wasn't walkable. Another thing, I kind of wish that if you made something in the bucket, or if there was some other target somewhere, that would have been a cool addition. That's one thing I suggested. There's really no need for it, but there's a lot of Easter eggs in this game as is, so I think it's fine as it is. Another thing, if you go fast enough through Chapter 3, you can have overlapping dialogue. So that's another thing. So one classic example is if Gregory's talking or Cassie's talking during that first intercom sequence, and then you run over here and Cassie's like, the floor is all slippery, but she'll say that during either her talking as well, during that conversation with Gregory, or Gregory when he's talking. So that's just a fun little factoid. I'm sure probably people have discovered that. You can also do that in the daycare. So, yeah. I tell you what, we're going to go to the tracking controller. We're going to go over to the last part of Chapter 3, and we'll be in the cupcake shop fairly soon. Not quite yet. We're going to go through one room of the cupcake shop, too. So, I also skipped over this camera. This just shows the basic elements. So, it's trying to give you hints as to where to go and what to do. So, yeah, we're already done with all that. Now we need to go back to the normal world. And here we go. Oh, 3 even ones. Interesting. But you note here, the red fills up quickly, the green fills up quickly, but the red degrades more quickly than the green. So, for example, if you want to preserve your time, you let the green meter go down on one, and then you go back and refill it after filling up some on the other one. So that's a good way of doing that, but I mean, that's easy to figure out. Anything else in this one? Not really. I mean, this one's basically a very simple for and done, but it is very easy to miss 1 or 2 of the nodes if you're not really looking out. So that's about it. Yeah, all right, let's go. Another funny thing, you used to be able to jump on this corner and out of bounds and fall through here too. Look at that scenery though. It's really pretty. Like, I just like the purple, I think, is the thing. Alright, cool. Alright, see you, Catwalks. It was fun. Maybe another fun thing, when you're coming into the catwalks on the ride in, if you face the back of the seat and like just do that, you can see something funny happen. I'll just give you that hint. But face the back seat when you're in the ride into the catwalks. And I'm hoping that'll get fixed at some point. But it is pretty funny the way it is. So there's nothing really over here that you need to do, but you can see over here just another one of those trucks that tote stuff. Freddy trash can. Man. Just getting rid of Freddy everywhere by Monty's standards. Really wants to be the star of the show. We have a screen here. That would be cool if there were like a Fredbear and Friends cartoon playing on that or something else. That could be a potential addition at some point.
You did great. You're getting closer.
How do you know? How are you doing any of this?
I'll explain it all when you get here. That thing is here again. I gotta hide. Save me, Cassie, please.
Oh, they fixed this. Yes. Okay, so the text and logos were backwards on this whole chunk for a while, and you could look right through everything. So this is actually, that's a good fix. This is one of those minor things. Like, I submitted a lot of bugs, but a lot of them were very minor. They were visual things. They don't affect gameplay, but just kind of some kind of polish, you know. So, yes. You can see the Gator gondola really up close. We are somehow right there. See this, we got some liquid nitrogen in some places. Caution, liquid nitrogen. Gloves and face shield required. That is a good idea with liquid nitrogen. That mess is real cold. I mean, not very much above absolute zero. You used to be able to jump over here and land kind of in the mouth, but it was a little glitchy. But anyway, that's... And this would sometimes also not be closed. You couldn't just fall through it, but there would be a threshold there to prevent you. But you could see out into the deloaded area. So there have been a lot of fixes in this. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Had to do it to him.
Bye-bye.
And then back in the normal world, we see that happen in reality. Alright, can you still go through this? You can. There's a small wooden cutout. I'll go through this. Let's look at the board here. So we've seen some of this stuff before. Familiar number there. We're not talking, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 familiar, but just we've seen that before. So reused. Remember from the security office in Gator Golf in Chapter 1. Tools box. Right. Shopping, we got green beans, lobster, mashed potatoes, and batteries. Ooh. Still delicious. I wouldn't recommend. No, don't eat that, for real. I mean, with that, it almost looks like toilet pasta. I think that's probably the recipe for toilet pasta. More like dumpster fire chili. Alright. So let's look at this. Look at the handiwork of the Gator gondola. Still have the Freddy logo. Freddy's logo is still on your stuff, Monty. Rock and roll! Alright. So you got a bunch of ball pit things here, and containers, barrels, ball boxes and crates, and bins. Alright, we're going here next. We have chemical containers and such. And these used to be backwards as well, so that's cool. You can still jump up here. Can't do much harm there, though. Same thing here. There's a little catch spot there. I don't mean to be doing too much of a checkup here, but that is basically the end area of the Monty Catwalks. If you look at the the mission right here. The objective. Redirect the gator gondola to the maintenance room. So we're in the maintenance room right now. Where are you? I'm right here. All right, ready to go. Cupcake shop. Let's go. AKA the bakery. There is a Foxy plush, I think, here. AR Foxy plush. Of course, because we're in AR. Got some cool looking ball pit balls here. Oh, we're loading. One thing. At one point, this would load so much that it would trip the circuit breaker in my house. Like, there was a lot that it was loading. And I haven't had that happen since, I think it was like 1 or 2 builds, but yeah, that was crazy. It has a lot to load. Some of the areas have strategic loading locations, like if there's a long hallway with basically nothing in it, or some of the ladder climbs and all that have some elements of loading. So it's pretty intelligently done. I think that's as well as it could have been done at some points. I know there are some areas where it depends on your PC how fast something loads in. So let's say the theater door opens and you rush through. Sometimes it may not be loaded. So that's one thing where you just have to be sure there's ground in front of you. One of the tricks with speedrunning, and I'm not saying this is the best way to do it, but this is at least a workaround. If you hit escape and just let it load in, if you move your mouse around, when it really loads in, it'll just stall the mouse, and then eventually it'll finish. But the old any percent slash what was it called? The Vanny ending, disassemble Vanny. That what's it called? Out of bounds, right? Vanny out of bounds ending. That one. You had a lot of areas where you had to let it load in, otherwise you wouldn't have anything to walk on. So, but you were glitching the mess out of stuff. You were, putting your head through the ceiling and deloading the entire world by climbing a curtain way back then in the base game. So, anyway, just a little trick if you're having trouble with that part and that's not loading in immediately. So here we have a conveyor belt. This box used to float. We all float down here. And then you can still see through part of this. But look at this. This is the cupcake shop, or what is left of it. A lot of trash, very unclean. Man, it must smell really bad. I would not want to go without a... I'm going to go get the item after this. With the AR Glam Bonnie plush. Without something holding my nose or something. I need a clothespin for my nose. Here we go. Oh, hey, they fixed this. Okay, cool. Used to be just able to run right through it. I guess there's still a little bit of an element of lack of collision, but it's a lot better. Oh, this one you can still... I spoke too soon. That one you can still definitely walk through. So you turn this machine on. You got 2 more to go up on the top floor. A bunch of machines. Not a lot of graffiti. You see any graffiti? It's interesting. All right. This one's Kanye. Sorry, Kanye. That was Kanye East. That was Kanye East. All right. Man, this looks familiar though. You remember this in the daycare? We have the same kind of design of the damagedness, like the inky tears from the eyes there. Oh man, it might just be spray paint dripping down, but yeah. All right, we got Chef Helpy. Gonna cook up some hot beets in the studio and the kitchen. Yeah. You know, one of my friends was on a show called Secret Chef on Hulu. Very much recommending that show. I won't tell you how it goes, but very interesting show. That's Secret Chef on Hulu. My friend did very well. So there's a restaurant in Tallahassee called Leon's. And when it officially opens, like there have been some pop-up lunches and stuff like that. When it opens up, that's gonna be some really good food. But I'm a partial owner in that restaurant. Shout out to Leon, makes some excellent food. I think it's got really something special to bring to cooking, so and to the world in general. He's a really cool guy. But he was on the show, so if you watch that show, you can see the chefery going on. Up top here, this level, there were a few things. You used to be able to jump on these boxes over the railing and onto the machines, and then through the machines. You also could walk on the wall, so that's been fixed. Also here, you used to be able to jump from a box onto the floor here, and then there would be like no collision. You'd fall right through to the vent underneath, and you'd kind of be like halfway into the floor. It was a very weird experience. That's all fixed. So again, just, yeah, a lot of work in fixing this was done over these last many months. Oh, that was menacing. The Gregory. You have the whisper lines from the key animatronics in each relevant area. So, yeah, you hear in the background like "Lost Boy over here" and stuff like that. A bunch of lines from Chica, or Glam Rock Chica. So, all right, ready to go. Can still jump through that. All right. No, that's not enough, actually. Oh, that's sloppy. All right, we're gonna do this again. Here. All right, little leeway. That's still. Oh. That was super sloppy.
Chica?
So Chica on the conveyor belt. Huh. We may see her later. Now we're gonna go through on the conveyor belt. What a cool experience this will be. And you, oh, you can still see through. Okay, that needs a little fix. So not everything has been fixed, but this puts us in chapter 4 right here. So this is the end of chapter 3 and the start of chapter 4. And just to be sure, I want to go back. Make sure that my continue is going to start at chapter 4, so I can start at chapter 4 next time. Yes. Okay, good. All right, so everything is saved up and all that. I've reloaded the save. I want to look through the inventory. All right, so here's what we have so far. We have the flashlight, those dark and scary places. We got that from the headless staff bot in the tattered lobby. A Faz wrench, a Fazbear Technician's Faz wrench. Note that Cassie's dad also had one of those. Security mask. This is familiar. Remember from Corn Maze? Oh man, that's from the Dreadbear DLC. From FNaF VR Help Wanted. A strange mask left behind by some Faz technician. I should say that was the first appearance of it. Roxy Talkie. This used to be Roxie Talkie to take the walkie-talkie format, but it got flipped, so it takes the Roxy format now. So the Roxy Talkie with Y, a walkie-talkie of my favorite character. And note that there's going to be some things on the wall that'll be interesting. There are going to be some things that you can, you know, interact with without having the prompt. So there are some Easter eggs in this game that are pretty cool. Pretty cool. Cool. Comic page 2 and comic page 5. So we have the cardboard box ending, and both Gregory's drawings and all that. Gregory was always so creative. Gregory looks menacing in this drawing. Oh man, it would be kind of cool if you could like double click this or something and it would expand really big. That would be kind of cool to see a little more detail. And interesting that the drawing kind of goes off the side here. So little format Gregory, it doesn't seem to be the most careful with coloring, but at the same time, I mean, this looks this looks very Van Gogh-ish with the art. So anyway, we have Gregory Van Gogh, the artist there. All right, but because you get comic page 5 in chapter 1 very early, is that right? You get comic page 5 first. That doesn't mean that you've missed 1 through 4. They're not in order throughout the game, so don't let that throw you. Also, with this game, it's a little forgiving with pickups and all that, because you can go back and pick up items to complete the, you know, all collectibles, all that. All right, AR comedy mask, laugh, very convincing. AR tragedy mask, cry. AR sun mask, fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend. It's actually, it is Friday. Hey, it is Friday when I'm recording this. That's crazy. That is crazy. This is totally legit now. This wasn't legit until that. AR Glam Chica plush. It doesn't quite look real. AR Glam Monty plush. It's hard to look at. I very much take it that Cassie doesn't like Monty. What do you think? AR Moon plush. I never slept better than I did in the daycare. It kind of cuts off there. I had that in as a bug too. AR Sun plush. I used to have so much fun in the daycare. Those are probably going to be quick fixes though when patches come out, if they decide to fix those. AR Glam Bonnie plush. Dad wouldn't tell me why they replaced Bonnie. And we'll see with the AR lunch boxes later. There are some interesting things commented about those. You'll find out more about who Cassie's dad likes the most and all that. AR Foxy plush. That log ride was so much fun. Too bad we can't ride that yet, but we do have that area. We have a lot of areas and kind of segues between areas that are kind of cool. We'll get to that in Chapter 5 after the Glamrock Salon with log rides. AR Nightmare plush. It's from that old headset game. AR Sun Pinata filled with Sunny Drop candy. It'd also be cool if you could like rotate the model. AR Moon Pinata filled with Moondrop candies. AR Bonnie Pinata. Looks like it's seen better days. I guess it's maybe a slightly used pinata. Yeah, I mean, that one's pretty much halfway destroyed. Oh, man. Filled with carrot drop candy. Maybe a little foreshadowing. Who knows? AR Golden Sun. Funny. It looks just like the other one. AR Golden Moon. Weird. It looks just like the other one. So that's what we have so far. Not everything seems to be, earthquaked up. But we'll see later. There's something that... What did I just hit? Oh, really? Oh, my volume button is a... What? Huh? What? Did I map my volume control? Huh? Okay. That's new. Anyway. Alright, wasn't expecting that. Alright, so in terms of the general feel of each one of the worlds, we have the lobby, which is kind of tattered, and the newspaper on the entryway kind of covering everything. It says there's an earthquake that destroyed stuff. Do you believe that? Do you think that was a cover-up? Because there's clearly more going on. It could have been an earthquake plus something else. That the earthquake might have been the scapegoat, but I'm not convinced that the earthquake has done everything that was claimed. I guess there wasn't much of the article since we have lorem ipsum there instead of an actual text block. But anyway, this is a placeholder for text there. But World 1, everything that had this side up was still pretty organized and stacked pretty decently. Everything was graffitied up pretty decently, so there was definitely some damage done, some vandalism, but I don't know. I think there was more going on than just an earthquake there. The second, I guess, yeah, Gator Golf was the same kind of, like, there was a lot that was still in order. Arcade machine was right side up. Everything was pretty open. A few things were tipped over, but it wasn't bad. I mean, you had the golf holes all, leaned up against each other. Nothing crazy there. I don't completely buy that was the cause. So let me know your thoughts and all that. World 2, or I should say Chapter 2, not World 2. The daycare. I think it's Super Mario Brothers. We just finished a platforming section, so I guess that's probably appropriate to some degree. But the daycare was a different layout, but it was still kind of controlled chaos. And with the neat freak that at least the sun aspect of Eclipse was, or the daycare attendant formerly, I would expect that area to be at least in reasonably good order, and I think that was pretty much the case. There wasn't too much that was crazy messy and all that, so that's another area where, I don't know, the back of the Lucky Stars gift shop maybe, and things were tipped over there. So maybe outside of the daycare, but that's not really Sun's domain. At least I don't think so. So I would expect maybe a staff bot might cover that a little more. We just kind of have roaming endoskeletons instead. And then World 3, we have the vast platforming, like the tricky, sneaky platforming areas, but it's kind of a wide open and misty, kind of dreary space. I thought the Monty stage and the backstage were really cool though. Like just visually, it was really, really cool. So, but those are the basic areas we've seen so far. We saw the start of the cupcake shop. Also, if you're going to start chapter 4, the first room that we went through to get through past the conveyor down to basically the garbage and the trash cans, and then you're going to see someone interesting here pretty soon with a new type of item that we're going to have to interact with. But yeah, that's that room right there where we fall in from the conveyor belt down. Is the start of chapter 4. So if you are trying to stop after chapter 3 and then quit, go past the first room with the cupcake shop, okay, and then drop down from the conveyor, and then you'll see the autosave icon in the lower right. Okay, so that's it for this one. Chapter 4 is going to be a lot of fun. It's basically an area plus a side quest, and the side quest does take a little bit, even if you're going if you're playing really, really well. So it's a little bit of a mandatory length that you have to play just by the nature of the spawns. So, all right. So I hope you enjoyed this portion, and I guess we'll go through more of the items as we get them. Let me know if you find anything interesting there. And again, hope you found this part of the walkthrough cool. All right. See you next time. Peace. God bless. And yep, expect another one.
Cool.
Attention! This is Fredbear at Faz Command, reminding you that if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like, comment, and subscribe, ring the bell, do everything. It's complicated how YouTube makes things.